They affect people in different ways. Most of them are very minor and no bigger a deal than a trapped emotion. Some of them are more serious and need to be addressed quickly. And you can go on my blog and look for an article about entities to learn more, but I'm going to talk a little about them right now. So, an entity is an energy that gets stuck in your system, and it can in your physical body, and it can be stuck anywhere. If it gets stuck in your head, it can result maybe in brain fog or memory loss or mental energy being low or having the inability to concentrate. If they get stuck in your stomach, it can result in maybe just not queasy stomach or not digesting well or acid reflux, things like that. If they get stuck in your joints, it can cause inflammation in the joints. If they get stuck in other organs, they can affect those organs as well. Although most of them are not going to be so problematic that you need to be addressed, but when they come up, you definitely want to address them. So what is an entity? Well, as I said, it's an energy. And it's an energy that seems to have some kind of sentience to it, almost like as if it was like a parasite. It's an energy that will draw energy from you and affect you adversely. Where do they come from? Well, I had one client who went for a walk decided to cut through a cemetery on her way home at night a couple of years ago, and called me up because she just felt like there was something in her that didn't belong. It was like she just felt like something just didn't feel right. So I tested her, and she had an entity in her, and it was a particularly severe one. And these entities was feeding on her own energy, on her own negative energy. So we had to clear the energies that the entity was feeding on, like fear or shame or anger or whatever happened to come up. Then once we cleared those, we cleared the entity the way you would any trapped emotion, just using a magnet. And then you pass the magnet multiple times over your head, and you intend the entity leave the body and go into the light and go away. In that particular case, when the entity did leave, it was pretty shocking. I felt that I could feel the presence of the entity because I was connected with her. We were on the phone, but and I got all of a sudden I was using this. This is the exact magnet I was using, and I just had the incredible urge that I needed to swipe the magnet like 1,000 times in 5 seconds. I was going like this. I was going it so fast, and I felt actual fear because the entity had left her energy field and it was looking for a new place to go. I was connected with her, and so it chose me to go into. And I could feel the fear that my client was feeling. And that night, I had lit a candle in our room. I have a T-shirt with the religious symbols on it that I wore to bed. And it took me a while to get to sleep because this session happened, like 10 o'clock at night, as it was anyway. So that is an extreme case of entity. Another case I had was somebody who owned a business. Gentleman owned a business, family, children, was doing quite well, and then all of a sudden his behavior patterns changed. He started doing behaviors that were not socially acceptable. He started embarrassing his family. His health started to decline. He stopped paying attention to his business the way he needed to. And when I met him, he was divorced. His children were talking to him. He was living in public housing because he was physically unable to work. He had too many health challenges to be able to work at all. So he was basically living on the public land. So I met him and offered to help him out and see if there was anything I could find. And after a couple of sessions, an entity came up. And it took, this entity was feeding on a lot of negative feelings that he had growing up and family wise, and we just cleared them away one at a time. And then when the time came, took the magnet, did it multiple times. I didn't have the experience like I did with the woman in the cemetery, but we cleared it. Everything seemed fine. And heard from him a few weeks later, and said that it was life changing for him. It was like everything went back to the way it was, and he could almost identify the day that all of this began. And so that was probably the day he absorbed somehow an entity. And then his life started to go down. And I talked to him on the phone about a year later, and he was doing absolutely wonderfully. Health improved, attempting to reconcile with his family, and had physical manifestations of having the entity cleared that were actually helped him be better than he was before the entity came. He was in better health than before the entity came. So that's another example of one. So how do you keep entities from coming into you? The best way is to be shielded. So I can put up a shield for you during a session, and the shield will block entities from coming in. And again, we can do it over the phone energetically. And we intend that you have a shield. We call it in, call it forth, and we do, again, swipes of the magnet over the head, creating a magnetic field, and then the shield goes up. And anybody who I do a shield with, I give a lifetime offer to. Any of you who are clients of mine watching this know that I do this. Anytime, 24/7, you can send me a text message saying, check my entity. If it's somebody I've done it with before, you can do it. Now, I may not see it right at the time. I may be on the phone or asleep, and I do not keep a phone or any electronics in my room when I sleep. So when I do see it, though, it only takes a few seconds to check it. I know I have your permission. I energetically test to see if your shield is up. And if it is, if it isn't, I'll raise it up for you. If it is, I will let you know, and I will text you back either way, usually within 5 minutes after I see the text. So that's available as well. But you can put your own, once your shield is up, you can raise it up yourself through your intention. And all you have to do is say shields up, like it's Star Trek or something like that. And you can raise your own shield up once you have it initially put up. It seems to be that you need to have a practitioner to help you do that. And then you ask your higher self through muscle testing, does the shield block all entities from coming through? And after you've had if you do get an entity, have one cleared, you ask at the end, do I have a shield up? Does the shield block this energy? This entity is going to keep this entity from coming back. Sometimes it will not. So we have to do additional work to do that. So so the benefits of having entities cleared are just wonderful. I rarely have them associated with aches and pains. It's more energy and emotional health that entities have to do with. But I've probably done, well, at least 100 of them in the last couple of years. So, that's about one a week, about 50 a year. And just get great feedback about that. So if you want to see the testimonial from the gentleman that had the more severe entity cleared, you can find that on my website. You go to the website's balanceharmonyjoy.com, balanceharmonyjoy, all one word.com. And you look for testimonials, and you look for one that begins with, I'm sitting here crying my eyes out. If you see that one, that's he doesn't mention the entity. We don't use names or anything like that in there, obviously, but that's the one. So you can scroll down and find that one and learn more about it. So if you want to find more about how all this works and have a body code demonstration, there's two things you can do. One, be here every Wednesday at noontime Eastern. And I'm here. And if anybody puts in a message, most people just sit and watch. But if you want to leave a comment and have me check you to see if you have an entity or if there's anything else I can assist you with. This is a 15-minute live call, so we'll take a minute and see if we can help you in any way as part of a demonstration that might be helpful for other people. And then on Saturdays, we have a weekly body code demonstration, it's called. Let me see. Yeah, there it is. And it's Saturday at 11 a.m. I'll take myself off here so you can. An appointment, and then for the free demo, there's no cost for it. You just sign up, and then it's a Zoom call. You'll get a Zoom link by email, and then we do a demonstration. There's always people there that want to be volunteers to be seen that way. And this Saturday, if you're seeing this and on time, we're going to check anybody who's on the call. The first 12 people who sign up are going to be checked for entities to see if you have any. So that'll be kind of fun. And then we'll ask, what is the area of your life if you do have an entity that this entity is affecting? Is it affecting your relationships? Is it affecting your health? Is it affecting mental energy? Is it affecting physical energy? Is it affecting your financial energy and your ability to earn money and be prosperous? So that's coming up this Saturday, and every Saturday except for the last Saturday of the month. So all other Saturdays we are here and here to help, because that's why I got into this, was to help people. And I did it for free for about 6 months and got great feedback. And I knew I was really helping people. I knew this modality was real. I didn't fully understand it, but I jumped into it and stuck with it. And after 6 months, I knew that this was the real deal. This is really helping people, and that I could make a business out of it, which I did. So I went ahead and did the certifications and learned everything that I could. And I still do every week. I take a class, at least one every single week, to keep the my knowledge up and learning new things and improve my skills on doing this. So I do 25 to 30 usually clients every week, and I'll be happy to do that with you. The other thing we have is if you want to do one-on-one with me, I have what's called whole body inventory. Again, you go on the website, balanceharmonyjoy.com, and you click set an appointment. And one of those appointments is a free 15-minute inventory evaluation where we will work one-on-one. It's quick, 15 minutes, but I'll look at your energy systems of your body and let you know where the weak spots are. Okay. And so that's it for today. Please join us next Wednesday. Tell your friends, leave your comments below, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.